Oktoberfest in Tulsa ist wunderbar. Prost!
Committee members were called in for a special meeting here at Channel 2 to determine what to do. No one wanted to cancel the event, but it was apparent that the show could not go on as planned. After much deliberation and debate, the committee finally decided on a plan. Tonight's preview would have to be postponed. But tomorrow, a scaled-down version of Oktoberfest will get underway. And so, with that word, despite the mud, late this afternoon the tents started going up, and the celebration will soon begin.
Hundreds of volunteers are working round the clock, raking hay and mud and laying sand to ensure a dry place for us to enjoy the German celebration. But as you can see, it isn't an easy job. But there's a spirit of determination out here. Joe Trotter, Oktoberfest coordinator, has been working 18 hours a day since Monday. And although at times it seemed like a bad dream, he says it's really all worth it.
We've had it. It's just like any festival, though. Once you start into it, you just keep going, and you get a little slap happy and start laughing, go home, get a real good night's sleep.
Another person needing a good night's sleep is Sigmund Holhalski, logistics chairman, or rather, dirty work chairman.
Oh, it's been lots of fun. We've been up to our knees in mud and also prone position 2 or 3 times because of the inability to maintain balance, but it's been a lot of fun.
If nothing else today, Tulsa showed its determination. In spite of days of rain and more bad weather forecasts, Oktoberfest could not be held back.
In this case, Oktoberfest is the underdog, and the Americans always, love an underdog, and so we are fighting the weather. And
volunteers began clearing the West Bank early this morning after deciding in a last-minute meeting that Oktoberfest should go ahead. Bulldozers mixed mud with sand, cleared pathways for the crowds that began showing up in spite of it all just before noon. There was a little trouble getting the sound system hooked up, but Tulsans today were patient and undaunted.
I've got some friends that put in a lot of time to try to organize this thing, and don't want to let the mud stop you.
And starting just about noon, the beer flowed, they served up the food, the audience arrived, and the party was on.
All right, all of you, let's do some shuffling out there. That's where you just sway back and forth in the wall speed with us. Come on, everybody, want to do it now. They didn't come out to the Oktoberfest just to sit there. La, 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 la. Ja, in München da steht ein Hochbauhaus.
Anthony Mason, News Center 2. 50,000 people reportedly turned out last night, and thousands more came out today for a little bit of Germany on the banks of the Arkansas. Wait a minute, this is Oktoberfest, right? Well, you see, there are all kinds of magic here.
And I like T3. T3.
You don't have to be German to be part of it or to enjoy it, although there are plenty of signs of the old world under the big tent. This year's Oktoberfest overcame the elements, and the party has been as merry as ever. A festival of food, drink, and fun for people of every age. You could tell by the faces today, it was worth the wait. Oktoberfest had its share of hard times this year, a lot of rain and mud. But it's because of that rain and mud that all the people leaving here today know they can come back next weekend and celebrate Oktoberfest all over again. Anthony Mason, News Center 2. The second weekend of Oktoberfest officially got underway this afternoon. And there were still a few last-minute preparations, like a little painting that bad weather prevented last weekend. But the important parts, the food, the beer, and the music, they're all going strong today. Dozens of volunteers have been cooking up the sausage and blowing up balloons, and they're as excited as anyone. This is the third Oktoberfest in Tulsa, and it's the spirit of our city's German Americans that's making it a success. Irmgard Toschek left Germany for the United States when she was 14. She's lost her accent, but not her Bavarian spirit. Oktoberfest, she says, makes her feel at home.
The schunkeln, the tanzen, the singing, and everything that goes along with it. Just the lively and just a good old party time.
Last week's rain, this week's cold, well, they finally couldn't keep the craft show from getting underway at Oktoberfest today. It was a bit chilly on the West Bank, but from the beginning of this Oktoberfest, Tulsans have turned out by the thousands, no matter what color the skies, and no matter how small their size. It was hard to tell who was having more fun today, the old or the young. But then Oktoberfest has a little bit for everybody. Too bad we can't do this every weekend. Well, there still is one day left. Oktoberfest runs tomorrow from noon till 6. It's your last chance. Anthony Mason, News Center 2.